The fundamental dividing line, as we see it, between a hard and a soft Brexit is the issue of the single market. So back in July, we had Jeremy Corbyn asked if he could be categorical about whether or not we would be in the single market, we would leave the single market under a Labour government. He said yes. A month later, you had the Deputy Leader, Tom Watson, saying this, we think that being part of the single market is important in those transitional times and it might be a permanent outcome. Last Sunday on this very show, I asked your colleague, John Ashworth, I put that quote to him and I said, is that the right? No, I don't think that is the case. And then, I hope you're keeping up with all of this because it keeps shifting. The very next day, Jeremy Corbyn came out, contradicted him again. We want a relationship which allows us to trade within the single market, whether that's formal membership is open to discussion. Chessington World of Adventures has nothing on the Labour Party when it comes to rollercoaster rides.
That's a good line.
Well, explain the policy, because I honestly don't understand.
The policy is really quite clear. There needs to be...
OK, single market. Are we going to be in or are we going to be out?
So, well, we'll be in during the transitional arrangements. There needs to be a transitional arrangement. So, there's all this talk about the cliff edge, that we are running towards this cliff edge. And I tell you what, the Tories are making such a mess of these negotiations that we're having to clarify all the time what our position as a country should be. And Theresa May is doing a speech this week, OK? And we need to be clear when she does that speech.
And we'll be discussing that a lot in
terms of what our transitional arrangements will be.
Clear this up then. Are we going to be in the single market after that transitional period? Is there any possibility of us being in the single market after that transitional period?
A transitional period means that we will be in the single market for as short a time as possible.
And then?
But for as long as necessary. Because what we don't want to see is our economy fall off that cliff edge because of the uncertainty to businesses. So
I'm going to have to ask the question one more time. Are we going to be in the single market after the transitional period?
No,
yes or no?
It's a transitional period. So we will be in the single market during the transitional period. That is the Labour policy. And that is because we want to avoid a cliff edge, which business